My name is Lucas Williamson. Today started off like any other day. I went to school and stayed around afterwards to play ball with some friends. I wasn't familiar with a few of the guys, but I didn't think anything of it. It was cool. Around the time it got dark though, we all started to make our way home, and the new guy said they lived around the corner from me, and I decided to walk back with them to the neighborhood. I hadn't stopped to realize that they both had blue bandanas tied around their belt buckles, and before I knew it, they had pushed me into a back alley and demanded that I take off my Chicago Bulls jersey. When I refused, one of them tried to force it off of me. I didn't take the time to think what the other guy was doing while I was struggling to keep my jersey on. And the next thing I know, click, click, bang. I'm now shirtless and look down to see a pool of blood all around me. I get cold and tired. I was 16 when this happened.
My name is Malika Calhoun and I'm 15 years old. I'm sitting in this holding cell and did not stop the tears from falling. All I did was kick my shoe at him. He calls it insulting an officer. I kept telling him I'm not resisting, but the blows kept coming. I've never been in so much pain, and the other officer just stood there and looked at me as what the other officer was doing was okay. These are the people who are appointed to protect my community every day from real threats. Yeah, right.
I am 34 years old. Tonight is a very special night, as I enjoy a wonderful evening with my daughter. I took her downtown to celebrate her birthday. Being that our funds are limited, it was the best I could do. As the night approached, we started to head home to Queens. When a group of stumbling gentlemen approached us, "Hey you," one of them said. I did not stop walking, as I could tell they were drunk. He then grabbed my shoulder and began to swear at me and swear at my daughter. Instincts tell me to ensure my child's safety, so I told her to run to the corner store across the street. Within a second, I felt a blow to the face that sent me to the ground. Then a kick to the face, and another one, and another one. We haven't forgot about September, as one of them says, and the others continue to curse and beat. Only thought going through my head is my daughter, as she watches her father to the corner store. The shame is unspeakable.
Upon entering the building, everybody was given a card. If I wouldn't mind joining those who already stand up with your card and take them out, see what it says. Go ahead, don't be shy. See, on the cards you have in your hands, look at the shapes. You have a circle in your hand, go ahead and sit down. You're fine. If you have a square or a triangle, that means you are a victim of a violent crime. If you have a square, go ahead and sit down. That means you were just victimized. You know, you lived through it. You'll be scarred for a little bit. That's about it. You got a triangle in your hand, that means you were a victim of a violent crime. Not only did it take your peace and security, it took your life. I can go ahead and sit down. Those y'all with strings in your hands, y'all didn't get away scot-free because those same ones that were just standing up are your loved ones, your best friend, family members. So I guess we can't escape violence, can we? You see, I guess it's true we're not supposed to make it past 25. But for most of us in this room, that means we only got a couple years alive. Before you heard the cries, would you stand up? I'm not surprised. I didn't put your hands up. But I did. I guess it's just my motto to pick up the sticks and play Grand Theft Auto. It's not a game. Violence in these streets, we desensitize. Brush it off. Sensitize. So when this nonsense comes to mind, we pack it up and put it in the crevices of a cortex. Because we all Ray Charles of what happens next. Victim of racial profiling. You see, they searched me for these pills, but if y'all provided to see what's going on in these streets, y'all do a little bit more than just chill. My prescription for this epidemic, see it for what it is. Battered women's shelter, who helped them? I do the jobs you don't want to. Work hard. So why you trying to take my stash? Little girl from the 4 wondering why you have to kill his dad. Her dad. That's okay. I can just sit there and chill. As for me, I'm going to do like those who came before me and laid it down. Remember to tell Sean Bell, they ended on the ground.
is my minority report, a collection of my thoughts, which I thought I should resort to joy, because if not, it would just roam around my mind, hopping from this brain cell to the next. It haunts my conscience. I don't get this nonsense. People killing each other like they don't know what the consequences is. Kids left to raise themselves as orphans, mothers forced to make the decision which coffin or casket best matches their son's suit as they lay them to rest in that concrete mattress. But what's even further appalling is the fact that men of law actively play a part in breaking the law. The police officer, well, he's become the street sweeper. The Christian, well, he's become the Klansman. The preacher, well, he's become the pedophile. Martin Luther King said, an injustice everywhere and injustice anywhere is the threat to justice everywhere. So instead of kicking somebody when they're down, I urge you to offer a helping hand.
The FBI defines violent crime in 4 different categories.
Murder, assault, rape, robbery.
A year ago, there were 1.4 million violent crimes in the U.S.
16,000 murders.
90,400 forcible rapes. That could be your sister,
That could be your mother,
your cousin,
your best friend.
your sweet mate.
Take a second.
Think about it.
Now it's time to introduce our speaker for the evening. He who defines for you the radius of knowledge determines the circumference. Good thinking. Robert Muhammad has worked in the Greater Charlotte community since the early 90s. Initiatives and groups include Citizens for Justice, Community Building, RAIN, the Regional AIDS Interfaith Network, Fighting Back and Stop the Killing. He was a featured speaker and commentator on the Breakfast Brothers Morning Show, Jeremy Klein Talk Radio Show, Community Focus, Charlotte Mecklenburg Department Diversity and Sensitivity Training, Winthrop University, Wingate University, Johnson C. Smith University, and Mel's Place. He's a life member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and active with the Charlotte Alumni Chapter in the Middle Eastern Province. When time permits, he operates a male mentoring initiative called Men Making Men. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Muhammad.
Good evening. I want to reread part of the first part of the biography. It is, he who gives you the radius of your knowledge defines for you the circumference of your thinking. Again, he who gives you the radius of your knowledge defines for you the circumference of your thinking. Now, are there any math majors in the audience this evening? Anyone like math? They can help me break down what I just said.
The radius is like from the center, so it's like if they gave you this, then you can't go outside the knowledge that they've given you if you only rely on that which is given you.
Exactly. So once you have the radius of your knowledge defined for you, then you have the area defined of the circle and the circumference. You only go as large as the radius allows you to go. I offer to you and I ask you this evening, we want you to think beyond the radius that's been given for the last 12 years of formative education, maybe 13 with the kindergarten, and your 1, 2, 3, or 4 years here at UNC Charlotte. And I also ask that you also take another look at the sphere in which you operate. If you notice at the college level, we speak of spheres of knowledge, and maybe your sphere of knowledge may be sociology, maybe psychology, maybe mathematics, maybe engineering, maybe all sorts of academic endeavors. But I offer to you again, don't let someone define for you your sphere of knowledge.